Welcome to the True You podcast, the show that brings you stories of courage, strength, and perseverance that feed the mind, inspire growth, and encourage transformation. Here's your host, Greg Kovacs.
All right, well, welcome back to the podcast. It's been quite a while since I've had an episode out because I've been doing a lot of other things with my psychotherapy practice, my co-parenting practice, and I'm ready to kind of get rolling again with the podcast. And as you can see, I'm now using video as opposed to just audio, and it's been, a bit of a learning curve. I'm glad it's up and running. Hopefully this works out well. And today I'm here with my first video guest, Mr. Donnell McLeod. And I'm ecstatic to have you here because we've been talking about this for a while. Finally, we get to meet and talk about what the heck you've been up to.
Yeah.
And we're meeting really early on a Saturday morning.
Yes,
I got up, woke up, don't sleep well, 1:30 in the morning.
Yeah.
Couldn't go back to sleep. So here I am. So welcome.
Thank you.
So,
appreciate it.
So tell me all about, first of all, long run clothing. Let's just jump into it. What the heck is long run clothing?
Well, first, foremost, I want to start the program by giving you a little gift that I brought for you.
Oh, man.
The best way that you can kind of tell about long run clothing is the feel of it, So,
all right.
You see for yourself.
I'm going to get off camera for a minute. And I'm going to throw this on. I'm going to make a lot of noise doing it. Oh, this is fantastic. Then I'm not going to put the pants on. I'll spare you, okay?
That's cool.
Oh, man, that is nice. So we're going to talk about the quality of this clothing. But that is some quality stuff right there.
Look good. Fish.
Yeah, it fits.
Yeah.
Look at that. All right, now we're ready to go. Nice. So tell me about this long run clothing.
Long run clothing is first I'll start by telling you about Long Run Enterprises. That's my business. My business is Long Run Enterprises, and I got a couple entities under the umbrella of Long Run Enterprises, and Long Run Clothing just happens to be the biggest entity that we have under the umbrella.
Okay.
I wanted to figure out the best way to come out and make a name for myself, kind of establish myself in the world. And I figured the best way to do that is clothing. Everybody, wears clothes, and expression is the best way to put it. You never know how people gonna wear your clothes, but just to see your clothing on other people, it's kind of like a marketing tool in itself, So I wanted to start there, and I figured that would be the best way to brand myself by coming out with a clothing line and, making my name from there.
It's a good point, though, that people, it's no secret, people express themselves through the clothing that they wear, and we've been doing that since we stopped wearing, burlap around our way, right? And so, it's a fantastic way to express ourselves. And so you've decided to embark upon this. Is it just you, or do you have a team behind you?
No, I definitely got a team behind me. Like I said, I'm trying to grow. Like in every aspect of business, I want to grow. I want to add more entities to the Long Run umbrella. I'm thinking about photography. I'm also thinking about entertainment ventures, for the entertainment side. And we just want to get the ball rolling. But as far as my team, I work real closely with my brother, Eugene Smith Jr. He's like my right hand when it comes to everything. He co-owns the company with me, and I also, have my other brother, that works closely with me, Brian Pro. He comes through for me like like no other, But like I kind of keep my circle small. Everybody that is around me or everybody that I keep around me or work with is pretty much considered or just like family to me, But I also have a model, Golo Torres. He's our first feature male model for the clothing line. So when you see him, you'll probably more than likely see him in something that got long.
Yeah, I'm sure he's on one of the ones on your website.
Yeah, absolutely.
And so your website is longrunclothing.com.
Yes,
right. So be sure to check it out. We're going to talk today a lot about what brought you to this. I mean, that's really what my interest is. I don't want to be QVC here. Strutting around. I mean, this thing's amazing. But I certainly that you've got other venues where you can advertise your clothing and promote it. This is part of it for sure. But I want to learn what brought you to the name, the brand. What's the story behind this clothing? Because you didn't just wake up on a Sunday morning and said, I'm going to do this.
No.
It started somewhere, right? And I love the stories. And that's really what this podcast is about is, there are people who have experienced life in certain ways that it has created this story behind them. And so that's what I want to really learn about. And so tell me, when did Long Run Clothing and the other enterprises you had that go along with it, when did it start?
Funny you say that. It wasn't a Sunday morning, it was a Monday morning and I woke up.
You remember this?
But it really started, I really got behind it in 2019, early 2019. I always had the vision in the back of my head, but I wasn't confident enough to jump out and go about exploring that venture until after the passing of my idol, which is Nipsey Hussle. He got gunned down in California in March of 2019.
Okay.
So that really took a toll on me, he was a big influence in my life. I kind of, until that moment, I was just kind of getting through life, just making it. And, you always strive for better. You always want better, and I had to figure out my way, how to get better and how to leave some kind of generational financial, gains for my kids and everything that's coming up. So, listening to his music, his interviews, he was very, very intricate. He pretty much laid out a blueprint of success for me. Pretty much if you follow, his steps, if you kind of jump out on a edge and just go for it, you never know what you can come up with. So in early 2019, when he passed, that's when I kind of put it in my head, it's got to be more. I don't know how much time I have here. You know what I'm saying? My purpose here is to be the best father, be the best man that I can while I'm here.
Right.
So I feel like if I die tomorrow, where does that leave my kids? What do they have? I just don't want to leave them with nothing. So that kind of put it in my mind, you got to come up with something. You got to do this and you got to do it now. I've done plenty of things in the past, just because I never truly had a purpose, but I think in 2019 is when I finally found my calling and my purpose for this.
So before that, you really hadn't thought about a clothing line, getting into this with any seriousness?
Nah, it wasn't in my head. I never, I said, I was purposeless, so I didn't know what I wanted to do. Kind of I'm a jack of all trades, so I've had plenty of jobs, so I kind of wanted to figure out what works best for me, and obviously working for myself works best for me.
Yeah.
So, speaking of that, like I just want to, kind of continue to keep my head down and keep working.
Working for myself works best for me as well. I love it. I can do what I want when I want, and it's as fulfilling, more fulfilling than anything I've ever done. It's all mine. It's my work, my success, and it's got to be the same.
Yeah.
So this has only been a couple of years,
a year and a half. Last December 2020 actually is when I put out my first article of clothing, which was the LRE hoodies.
Mm-hmm.
And basically it was just a hoodie with the Long Run Enterprises logo on the hoodie.
Mm-hmm.
And I kind of, that was my gauge. I wanted to see if I can do this. So I kind of went out to a maker. I didn't want to be one of those people that, go buy clothes from Walmart and then, print a logo on it. I said, if I wanted to do something, I want to do it quality. I want to do it professional. I don't want to put nothing terrible out to the streets. You know? So I made sure that I had a maker so I wouldn't have too many mistakes with the clothing. I want to be set apart from all the other people that sell clothes and everything like that.
Mm-hmm.
And quality is my main thing. I definitely
just wear. I mean, this is all stitching. This is stitching.
Yeah,
this
embroidery.
This is quality, and it's not thin. Mm-hmm. I mean, it feels amazing. And I'm not a big clothing person, I'll tell you that, but this thing is as comfortable as can be. So let's, before we jump any further back into your story, what type of clothing do you sell? What does your clothing line consist of?
Usually sportswear. So you can get any kind of sweatsuits, track suits. We're coming out with female one-piece sets. We also had 3-piece sets for females. Last spring, we had a 2-piece summer set for females last spring, but it's all comfortable clothing, sportswear, something that you can do multiple things in. You could, if you wanted to, you could go to gym and some of the outfits. If you wanted to, you can step out and go on the town,
mm-hmm.
And some of the outfits.
Yeah.
But you can be comfortable at the same time,
Mm-hmm.
You can definitely be presentable, but be super comfortable at the same time.
Yeah. Yeah, and this isn't the kind of stuff that you're going to buy, like you said, at Walmart. This is stuff that I don't know that you're going to get this. I mean, there's a lot going on. Who designed it, by the way?
I have makers that are overseas in Pakistan.
Mm-hmm.
Not just one designer. I work with a handful of designers, and they present me with the best of things. I take them my ideas.
So you give them ideas, and then they sort of mold it for you?
Nah, I tell them what I want. You know what I'm saying? I tell them exactly what I want.
So this is all you?
Yes, sir. I pretty much told them, hey, I want a track suit with the logo here. And I want the stripes going down the side of it, where it says Long Run Clothing going down the side. All of that was put together.
That is all you.
Absolutely.
Man, all right. And I'll tell you, I did, as you know, I bought my daughter one of your sweatshirts,
mm-hmm.
And it was that was Cuckoo. I don't know if you call it the Cuckoo line or what you call it, but she absolutely loves it. She wears it all the time.
Yeah,
and she wanted to get another one. She says, "What if this one gets destroyed?" So I'm buying you another one. You get one. When that one goes, you'll get another. But yeah, it was. I mean, colorful. I mean, really. And I don't think you sell those anymore.
The good part about us is we always want to be ahead of things, and we always want to go to what's next.
Mm-hmm.
So pretty much, unless it's a major demand for it, all of our products are just going to be a one-time make.
Yeah.
So like those tracksuits actually came out last spring. Like, so I had those for pretty much a whole year, and right now those are on sale. You can go to the website. Again, it's www.longrunclothing.com, and you'll see like we got major sales. Pretty much everything that was all of our classic items that we made last year are on sale. Like even the cuckoo hoodies that we made last year, those are on sale also. Mm-hmm. But it's only until while supplies last also. And like I said, once those sets are sold out, then we're gonna move on.
So I kind of like it. I mean, you're not going to see much of this. You know, they've become unique. So let's go.
But that's kind of like that's kind of what we push for. That's why the cuckoo stands for catch on or catch up. You know, so you basically, I want to get people to catch on. You know, like if they say, "Hey, I like that tracksuit that you got," you know, the one that Greg had on, can I grab one? I mean, we don't have no more now. Mm-hmm. You know, so it's best that you catch on fast and get it while you can, because if you don't, like, it's definitely going to sell out.
I love it. So let's go back. So Long Run Clothing, you don't just come up with this out of the blue. There's a reason you call it this. There's a reason for, you know, the guy with his arms stretched out crossing the finish line, right? So what is the significance of the name for you?
Again, I'm not sure if you can see the logo on my pants, but this is the Long Run Enterprises logo right here. This is the first logo that we had. It's the, like I said, it's the company, and everything else is an umbrella under this. Mm-hmm. The meaning behind this logo is I wanted everything to be like a marathon. That's what Nipsey used to preach. He used to preach marathon life and marathon living. And what he means by that is, what I took from it is, a marathon is the longest race that you could ever run. You know, it's longer than a sprint. It's longer than a medley. It's the longest race that you could ever run.
It's not longer than Forrest Gump.
What? He wasn't racing anybody. You know, he's just running.
He's racing himself somehow. Okay.
But it's the longest race that you could have, but a lot of people misconstrue the concept of a marathon. People don't enter marathons to win. They enter marathons to challenge themselves and see if they can finish. So
yeah, I think that's true for many. Yeah.
So coming out with the hoodies that I came out with originally with this logo on them is pretty much made in the shape of a number tag that goes on a marathon runner. Mm-hmm. So it could be on the front, it could be on the back, but you got your tag, so now you can enter the race.
What are the numbers? Is that the number? Is that the year?
2019.
That's when you started the thing.
Yes, sir. Yeah. So that's basically when we were established, you know. So that's where we get that from. But also, again, like, it's just like the numbers on your you know, your ticket when you enter the race. You know, you got a number, and then you got like Nissan or something, or Toyota on the top, you know, with the numbers on the bottom. Well, we just got our LRE on the top with our original dates on the bottom.
Got it.
You know, but like, that's basically our purpose. You know what I'm saying? Like, this was to let everybody know that we're coming. Everybody know that this is the new brand that's going to take over. And when we shot out with the Long Run Clothing, that's why I wanted to come with a different logo to kind of continue what we're doing and where we're going with it. Once you enter the race now, the most important part is to finish. You know, you challenge yourself to get in a marathon to see if you can finish. Now, the most important part is crossing that finish line. And that's why you see the dude with his hands up, crossing the finish line, courageous. Like, he's super excited because of the accomplishment he just created. In life, you're going to have mad hurdles, you're going to have obstacles, you're going to have everything thrown against you, thrown to you, but you can't quit. You can't give up your race. You got to run it until the finish. And when you get through that tape, it'll be.
And in full disclosure, right? I've known you for 8 months. I don't know, it's quite a while. I've kicked your butt pretty heavily at pool, and if you deny it, there's no proof that you beat me at pool.
Yeah.
I don't remember any losing at all. I think I beat you, but there'll be more. There'll be more challenges. So, but anyway, I've known you long enough to know some of your story and what brought you to this place of saying, endure, just keep pushing, don't give up. So, would you be willing to share a bit of kind of where you come from? However many years ago, going way back, what were some of the challenges in your life early on that built the person that you are now?
Well, I guess I could start from the top. I was born in Brooklyn, New York, East New York, Cypress Projects. This is still kind of a bad area. They're trying to gentrify everything, but it's still a bad area in Brooklyn. Crime rate is high, and my grandmother at a young age wanted to get me out of there, so she wanted to move me somewhere that she felt was safer. So when I was about 5 years old, I moved to Fort Wayne, Indiana. And
yeah, that's quite a move.
Yeah, definitely. But it was good for me. It kept me out of trouble, kept me on a straight and narrow. I was kind of away from everything and everybody. So everything that I had to learn in that new place was new. Mm-hmm. I pretty much didn't have no family. I didn't have no friends. So I had to start from scratch, And being 5 years old, you don't have many friends, that you left. But, actually start to live my life, it started in Fort Wayne, Indiana. And I pretty much had a good childhood. I don't consider my childhood bad. I think it's better than others just because I've seen probably the worst of the worst. Mm-hmm. Fort Wayne has turned into a bad place also. It's gotten very violent over the years. Safety is a major thing down there in Indiana right now. I don't know if it's going to get any better. They just made a law that you can openly carry guns and stuff down there now without a license even. Okay. So it's kind of crazy place. Growing up, I've seen countless friends and comrades of mine that fell short of a finish line, but not because of their doing. Their race was ended, before a lot of them could get started. I lost a lot of friends, more than many. I'm 38 years old, and I probably lost about 40 friends along the way.
Whoa. Wow. So inner city, I assume. Did you grow up in inner city or
yes, sir?
Okay.
I grew up in the inner city, but I was a smart kid. Even when I was young, I was a really bright kid. I started school when I was 4 years old. So in Indiana, they start later. So they kind of wanted to hold me back. Okay. But my grandmother wasn't going for that. I was raised by my grandmother, and she wasn't going for that. She said that she had switch me schools to a magnet school before they moved me back. Okay. So all through school, I was the youngest person in my class. I went to school out with not in outside of the inner city, actually, with different demographics and everything, and I got to see a different part of the world. Okay. Within that state.
Okay. All right. So you didn't go to an all-black inner city school or an all-black, school outside of the city? Was it mixed or was it mostly white?
It was mostly white, but it was definitely mixed. Like Fort Wayne is huge compared to where we are here in New York. Like the school that I went to was Northrop High School. I went there for 3 years of my schooling, and Northrop had about, you say, 3,000 students. That was just in probably 3,000 students that went to the school. I probably had about 1,500 in my graduating class.
Yeah. Okay,
so
that's big.
Out of those 3,000 students, about 1,800 to 2,000 were probably white. But we had different schools. Like I graduated from Southside High School, and that's more in the inner city. And that's like the demographic of Southside is probably like instead of 3,000 students, it's probably about 2,000, maybe 2,500, and mostly black instead of. But you get the mixture, like just like in the other school also.
Mm-hmm. So what did you, was there anything what did you appreciate the most, I guess, about growing up with varying demographics, a black high school and then more of a mixed early on, growing up in the inner city? What were the values? I'm thinking of your grandmother really, what she was really trying to instill in you.
Like basically, I think her main point for me is she wanted me to be successful. She wanted me to be a success story. She didn't want I come from a troubling background. Like I didn't have a father in my life. My father's still not in my life. My mom, she had a drug addiction. When I was a kid, she was locked up in jail most of my life. I didn't see my mom physically pretty much for the first time until I was almost about to graduate middle school and go to high school.
Okay.
So,
did you have a grandfather?
Nah, no grandfather.
So it's just your grandma? Just
my grandma. She was everything. She was my grandfather, my grandmother, my mom, my dad, my everything. So like her purpose for me was to not let me go down the line that my mom went down. She didn't want me to go down the line that my father went down. She just wanted me to be successful and be my own person, and that's what her thought for the move was. I'm going to move him out of here because he's got a better chance to be successful if he's not in this environment.
So during this time when you were raised by your grandma, when did you begin to experience the losses of your friends? It sounds to me like it was traumatic loss.
Yeah.
When did that all start for you? I'm assuming it wasn't in elementary or middle school. I'm hoping it wasn't at least.
Yeah, that's where you'd be wrong. It was
really?
Probably in middle school when it started. The loss of the first big loss was Tracy, my man Tracy Carter and Antoine Hollis. They were good friends of mine. They were racing and got into a car accident, and they both lost their lives. And that's when I from that point on, like I kind of knew life was real. Like, dang, it don't matter how old you are, it don't matter like how good you doing, like life could be taken from you like that. So, and over the course of the years, it's just more and more friends and people that I was close to that, they kind of feed into what's shown to them. The street life is very easy to get into, super hard to get out of. A lot of them fall into the street life because that's all they know. But it also caused a lot of deaths, like violent deaths, shootings, killings, and it's been kind of steady ever since then. So even up until like I couldn't tell you, like I kind of got numb to it, like losing people around me, just because it's never supposed to become a regularity, but it's almost become the normal for me to be like, they didn't.
I can see where the numb part would come in, because you go through so much trauma like that, you can't emotionally continue to absorb it or allow it to play itself out within you. You have to let it either bounce off or absorb it. Again, I suppose the challenge is being in the mental health field for so long is you either let it bounce off, which I'm not sure if that's possible, or you absorb it and it becomes almost like a cancer, right? It lives in you, and that negative energy is just, it isn't always healthy. Do you feel like it's still there? Do you feel like you're holding on to that stuff?
Yeah, like absolutely. But it's just because I still hold on to the friendships. You know what I'm saying? Like, just because these people passed don't mean that they're not my friends. You know what I'm saying? Like Tracy and Antoine, like I said, they was just the first, but I lost like real close friends like that. I was, like spending most of my days with, like in the worst of ways, so it's
yeah. So a lot of people would crumble. A lot of people would turn to other ways of coping that aren't healthy: drugs, alcohol, crime, gangs, that sort of thing. And I don't think you've gone that route. I think you've avoided that, right? So in fact, I know you've avoided that. You had one primary support. That was your grandmother.
Mm-hmm.
And, in this field, we talk a lot about protective factors and risk factors and how important social support is. But there's something that woman did, something that your grandmother did to protect you, to keep you okay despite all of that stuff. I wonder what that was. Do you know what that was?
Like a positive fear. Like, I think she instilled a positive fear in me. Not that I was scared of her as a person, like I was scared to be around her, but it was just, you didn't want to get on her bad side, It was like, I didn't want to, and it's not just that I don't want to get on her bad side because I don't want to suffer the consequences, but it's also my grandmother. I don't want to let her down, and I want to actually make her happy. I want to see her smile, so, she made the sacrifice to move me, for a reason, you know what I'm saying? So I feel like anything that I would have done, to like combat that, it would be going against the grain, which is kind of senseless.
So I know that your grandma passed away, and it was quite a while ago.
2005.
And I know that wasn't easy for you, nor should it have been. And I had no doubt in my mind that you think about her probably every day. I wonder, I can't imagine what she would think of what you're accomplishing with this, with your, you're not where you want to be yet with this project, right, with this business, but you're going there, you're headed there, and I would love to know what she would think. It's conjecture, but she heard the pride. Was she in Indiana still? Well, you were still in Indiana when she passed away, right?
Yeah, she lived the rest of her life in Indiana. She died in Indiana. It's a lot of ironic stuff that happens to me, and I like to use a saying that everything is too ironic to be coincidence. So. And the ironic thing about that is Nipsey Hussle, my idol, was gunned down on my grandmother's birthday. So like it's just a weird, like that happened for a reason on that day. So it's just like certain things that I tie into certain things, like that happened for a reason. It happened on this day for a reason. My grandmother's trying to tell me something. I try to pick up on those like little notations and vibes and everything that I get all the time. Like, and I feel like she's still with me. Somebody is, like somebody is with me, protecting me, like keeping their arms around me and my family. Like I just know it. Like I've been in situations myself where I felt like, yeah, you're not gonna make it out of this one, but I always do. And there's really no explanation for that. Just God and the people that's above,
I've shared this story with you before that when I was a kid, I used to go to my grandmother's house. She lived a block and a half down from where I grew up. So I used to walk down there all the time and hang out with her and spend the day. And I loved it. I mean, it was one of my best memories as a child. And when I would walk down there, almost invariably, I mean, my neighborhood, I guess, was full of mourning doves. And I remember you saying, I didn't know that mourning doves were here in upstate New York. They are. And they have this very distinctive coo sound, this coo, coo. And I remember hearing that. And to this day, it seems to me, and maybe it's just that I pay attention more, but when I'm going through difficult times, I hear mourning doves. They're there. And I can't help but wonder, there's something to that. You experience that, and it helps you through. And it certainly helps me through. All right, so when did you come? So we're now in upstate New York. I don't need to tell you that. You're here in upstate New York. When did you come here?
I originally came here in 2012. I moved here and while I was in a relationship. I needed a change of pace, a change of scenery. Indiana just wasn't doing it for me anymore, and I felt like my time here has run its course. So I felt like, where's the best place for me? And I felt it'd be New York. This is where a lot of my other family is. Like I said, I was born in the city, but I didn't want to go back to the city just because it's so big and expensive and everything. I just knew like it'd be hard for me to establish myself in the city right now, like with being a single parent and everything like that. So upstate New York was the move, and it was good for a while until 2014, the end of 2014, another tragedy struck in my life where I lost my best friend. And he was from up here, he kind of is weird, you know what I'm saying? I always say that my man was an angel, man. I want to say his name. His name was Donnell Davis. We used to call him D-Rugs. And today is his birthday, actually. I want to say happy birthday to him. And yeah, I always thought that man was an angel, but like I said, it's a lot of things. It's too ironic to be coincidence. He and I shared the same first name and middle name, without even knowing each other. He got killed on my birthday. When my birthday comes around, it's bittersweet for me now. You know what I'm saying? I still think of that Tuesday when I got the news, you know what I'm saying, waiting on him to come back home from Syracuse and party with me to find out that my best friend life got stolen. And it wasn't even his fault. He was just in the wrong place at the wrong time.
Yeah. Wow. So that was while you were here, and you met him while you were here?
Yes, sir. Throughout name calling, you know what I'm saying? Not bad names or anything, just calling his name out. Hey, D-Nell. We both look around. You know what I'm saying? It's both of our names. So, after a while, a couple people calling our name, we both looking around. He comes up to me like, yo, why you keep looking around when people call my name? And I'm like, 'cause they calling me. You know, and he's like, he's so messed up. Like, yo, what you mean they calling you? And I'm like, my name Donnell. Yeah, he was real upset. Like, he was irritated. Like, yo, come talk to me in here. Come talk to me in the kitchen away from everybody.
Yeah.
And why you keep calling me? Like, I'm like, yo, they calling my name. You know, my name Donnell. No, my name Donnell. Yeah, but my name is Donnell Lamar.
No,
my name is Donnell Lamar.
Oh. That is weird.
You know, so weird. It's like a sit back. And ever since then, you know, we've been the best of friends. Okay. You know, and it was kind of like, I don't want to say I took it for granted because I didn't, but I just felt like he'd be around forever. I felt like he was going to be the best friend that was going to be here forever. You know, so that really hit me hard and took a toll on me, made me leave the whole city and everything. I left Utica, went to Brooklyn for a couple years. Went to Brooklyn for a couple months. Wasn't working out there, so I went back home to Indiana to be like, well, maybe the break is what I needed. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? I can come back here and reestablish myself, seeing that I'm a different person and I got a different mentality and everything now. Mm-hmm. Wasn't the case, you know. It was good for a while it lasted, but it just wasn't the place for me anymore. Indiana, to me, their laws and it's petty. It's very petty. The police are crooked. Like I ain't gonna say all of them. You know what I'm saying? Like I do know some officers just like help you like you were their family. You know what I'm saying? But the majority of the officers are just, you know, not good people. Mm-hmm. You know, they're not there to help and protect and serve. They kind of seem like they just want to get paid and lock you up for the least likely of things. You know what I'm saying? Like, I used to run into that where, hey, you're jaywalking. We're going to take you to jail for 30 days. Take me to jail for 30 days for jaywalking when somebody else has just killed somebody on camera. Yeah. You know, and you not even looking for that person. You know, like they're on camera, like kill somebody. But, you know, it took its toll, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's a function of race too, right? It probably wouldn't have happened to me. Maybe.
That's what I'm saying. Like, race is definitely probably a factor. I probably know it's a factor, but I don't want to use race as a way out, you know what I'm saying? Because I know some of my white friends that get treated the same way as me.
Yeah, okay.
You know, so it's like more of a I'm going to teach you a lesson type thing. You know what I'm saying? Rather than I'm going to help you.
So you experienced that less here?
Yeah, absolutely. Okay. You know, New York is a blue state. I feel more comfortable, more free. Marijuana is legal here, which is very appeasing to me. I take marijuana to cope with a lot of depression issues that I've been dealing with ever since the death of my grandmother. That's when when she died in 2005, I went into a dark place for a while. I wasn't myself.
Years or months?
There's no telling. Like, to be honest, I don't even know when I brought myself out of that state. You know, I just tried to keep my mind off of it, keep my mind focused on other things so I didn't have to think about it. Mm-hmm. So, over the years, you know, dealing with it became easier. But, I was in a dark place for a while, a very long while.
So you came back to New York with this weight inside of you from loss, from mourning and grief and trauma, and it took you some. Well, all right. So what year then did you come for the second time back to New York?
2019.
Oh, also, all right. So you fairly quickly jumped into this clothing, this venture.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think it was March of 2019.
Okay.
March of 2019, I got here, and I think it was the 14th maybe that I got here. And 2 weeks after that is when Nipsey Hussle was killed. So
okay.
That pretty much set everything in motion for me.
It seems to me like it would take. I mean, you got things rolling. You got clothing out. Is it quick? I mean, I've never done that. So it seems quick to me that you've got a line out. You've got a clothing line out in a year and a half from conception to sale in a year and a half. That seems quick, but maybe I'm wrong. And this technology and manufacturing is different these days.
It's just all the way. It's the way you want to work. The people that you choose to work with. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, I got manufacturers. Like I don't do the clothing myself.
Right.
Like I go to professionals that put my stuff together piece by piece.
I don't think I'd wear anything you made, man. I can't imagine that I would wear anything you made.
It's probably. I don't think it'd be suitable for you. Everything is made. Piece by piece. Like they make these sleeves. One piece at a time. You know what I mean? So it's quality crafted. And a lot of people talk about the prices. Like, hey, with these prices, I can compare them to Champ or Nike, and I say, hey, with the quality, you can compare it to Champion or Nike too.
I can tell you that this is heavy. Mm-hmm. It's heavy material.
Right? But it's like I made those in the spring of last year. Last year we had a long winter. You know what I'm saying? So I wanted to be comfortable. Sometimes I didn't want all the heavy jeans and stuff on. I wanted to be comfortable and move around. So I'm like, hey, what can I conceptualize that'll make people comfortable but still warm at the same time? But I don't want it to be too warm because it's about to get hot outside, So it's a lot of things that you gotta put into context before you go and do these things. And you speak with the makers, like what fabrics do you think I can use that will be best for this season? Or, what fabrics do you think is the lighter fabric? Or, I'm still fairly new at that stuff, but after talking with the makers and stuff for almost a year and a half, I'm kind of finding my way now.
So you're not just buying Hanes or Champion t-shirts and shirts and put some logos on it. You're doing the work to so that it makes sense for the season, for your brand, for your for your mission, what you're trying to accomplish. This is no small enterprise. You've put a lot of time and effort into this.
And money.
And money, no doubt about it. And money. And I assume it's going to be a while before that truly pays off for you.
Yeah,
and I hope it's sooner than later. But so what I like about your story, and the reason I'm happy that you're here, is, many clothing lines are, you want to make money on this. That's why you're doing it. You said it earlier, you want a nest egg for your kids, you want to hand something off to them. But that isn't the only reason you're doing this. You're doing this because there's a story behind it. You want to send a message, you want to instill something in others that you've learned over the years through all of these experiences that you've talked about. And that's what I love about this. And I hope that message, people who buy your clothing, your items from your line, that they know your story.
And that's very important. It's very important to me, and I'm still learning how to not take everything so personal. I'm still new at this, you know what I'm saying? So I kind of find myself getting caught into feeling like I'm being personally attacked when somebody says something contradictory about my clothing, or when they want to play devil's advocate or something. I'm like, they're trying to box me in the corner.
Yeah.
But I'm after talking to my brother, Brian, I gotta let some of that like just roll off the skin,
Because you're always going to have the detractors, the people who, for whatever reason, feel the need to have an opinion or to put you down, have an agenda. And you got to shake that off, I suppose, because you're not going to make it. Yeah.
I mean, you can't argue with everybody. You know what I'm saying? And then even if you can't argue with everybody, somebody will make it a point to still not buy your stuff just because you won an argument that they were planning on winning. So sometimes you just put yourself in a lose-lose situation by doing that. You know what I'm saying? When you don't respond, people don't really know how you feel, don't know how you take it. So I just gotta get used to letting it roll off the skin and paying it no mind.
Well, you put a lot of time and effort into this. Just your social media. I mean, you're on at least Facebook several times a day on certain days, and that being a business owner myself, that's a lot of work.
Yeah.
It seems like it's not, but to sit down and pay attention to what you're doing and to be intelligent about what you're putting out there, it's a lot of work, and you're out there, you're pushing this. Mm-hmm. You're not sleeping much. Well, maybe you are, but I can't imagine you're sleeping.
I don't really like sleeping.
Yeah, I can't imagine.
I don't. I never really like sleeping. I got a lot of time to sleep when I'm going.
Yeah, that's kind of my attitude too.
Yeah, so I want to do as much as I can while I'm here. Like I said, I don't know. I feel like I'm living on borrowed time too. Mm-hmm. Like I don't really know how much time I got here, and I want to do as much as I can while I'm here. And help as many people as I can. I wanted to definitely, make it a point that this isn't all about me. Like I said, I got a brother that works hand in hand with me, Eugene. Another brother, Brian, that works hand in hand with me. These are people that I look at as family. I came up with this idea not just to make it right for me, but hopefully, you can make it right for your family off of me. You know what I'm saying? It's been so many times where Brian has been there to save me. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, man, I don't know what I'm gonna do this time, and out of nowhere, here goes a miracle. So I just feel like it's my turn. You know what I'm saying? It's my turn to plant the tree that bears the fruit that all of my people can eat off of. You know what I mean?
So that said, this tree that you've planted, where are you going with this? What is your vision for your brand, your company?
Just to take it as high as it can go. I don't want to stop. I don't want to let the detractors stop me. I want to just go to the highest level and go to the next level, wherever that may be. I want to be in it until my race is finished. Wherever that might lead to. I don't know. Some people will run a race and it'll lead them to the Olympics, and some of them it'll just lead them to a lifetime of endorsements. But wherever it leads, I'm willing to go. But I'm sticking with this. This is.
Do you think there is though a finish line? Somebody said to me several months ago, idealism isn't a destination, it's a direction, right? Mm-hmm. And I think, to me, a finish line is the same concept that you may never get there, but you have to keep it in your sights. But maybe I'm wrong. For you, is there a finish line? Will you cross something at some point?
To me, my finish line is death. You know what I'm saying? Life ain't. Like I said, I'm running a marathon by living life. My marathon is life. Okay. When my life is over, then my race is over. Okay. I have no more left to give. But as long as I'm breathing, as long as I'm healthy and I'm able to do what I can do, I'm running this race for as long as it could go. Yeah. Wherever it'll take me, that's where I want to go.
And that's my attitude too. I don't want to say when I get to this point, I'm I'm gonna settle down. I don't want to settle down. I don't sit still well to begin with.
I set feasible goals, and once you reach those goals, it's back to the drawing board for me. That's the way I feel. Like I would set a goal and I'll be like, all right, once I do this, I'm gonna see if I can do this. Yeah, all right, let me just see if I can attack that. And once I accomplish it, it's like, man, you did it. All right, now let's try to make it a little more complicated.
Leapfrog, keep going.
Let's step up. Let's step it up some.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Let's go this way. See what you could do there. And I just challenge myself. You know what I'm saying? I'm glad to have a team that challenges me. Keeps me on my toes, keeps me legit. You know what I'm saying? These are people like that I could talk to whenever. You know what I'm saying? If I just need there's a lot of people that don't answer the phone for you. You know what I'm saying? Like, he don't want nothing. You know what I'm saying? But these people answer the phone like whenever I call. You know what I'm saying? So it's like it means more to me. You know what I'm saying? To like, I gotta be there for this person. I gotta help this person as much as I could, because they don't know how much just picking up that phone call helps me. They don't know what kind of position I'm in their life, but maybe sometimes I just need to talk to somebody, and I go through those time periods where I just need to talk to somebody, and I appreciate the ones that is always there for me.
Yeah, it sounds like you've procured quite a few, or at least precious few, of those that you can rely on. So, all right, most businesses, I don't know what the number is, but it's really, really high. Most businesses fail within the first, year or two. They don't make it. You've made it a year and a half so far. Why are you not going to fail?
Because I ain't going to give up. It's giving up is a lot to do with people's failures. Like hard times will come and they'll be like, oh, well, it just wasn't meant to be, but you never know, man. It was meant to be, but this was just a hardship that you just got to deal with. And you got to continue to, move on from there. Another thing that I learned from Nipsey Hussle, like you're going to go through some stuff, you know what I'm saying, in life. You're going to go through it. But that's what life is all about. It molds you into a better person, you know what I'm saying? And you can't give up. Like all you gotta do, like you suffer each emotion. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna go through, you're gonna see the joys in life, you're gonna see the lows in life, you're gonna see the highs, you're gonna see the heartaches, it's just so much that life throws at you, you know what I'm saying? But you just gotta keep your head focused, you know what I'm saying, on your goal, and just know that you ain't gonna give up whatever the goal that is, And that's basically that guy, you know what I'm saying? He got the finish line in his sights, and no matter what, I'm going to run until I cross that finish line.
I have no doubt. Donnell, thanks for being here on an early Saturday morning.
Appreciate it.
And I can't wait to get this thing together and get it out there. And I hope you keep pushing. I know you will.
Yeah,
and for this, thank you. This is fantastic. I saw there's a T-shirt in there too, right?
Absolutely.
Man.
Absolutely.
Awesome.
There's a T-shirt to go with it.
So I'm going to make sure to put your, in the notes to this episode, I'll put your website and your Facebook page. The Facebook page in particular, you do a great job with that. And so thank you.
I appreciate it.
And
I just want to give a special shout out, to all the people that's on my team. Eugene Smith Jr. again, Brian Pro again, Godo Torres. I've been working with Brian Payton on photography. Shouts out to him. I've been working with a lot of artists, musicians and stuff in the entertainment area. Wiz Boston, my man S. Capone, Top 10. All of these people, interact with me on a daily basis and everything. And I just want to give them a special shout out, let them know that it's all love, and I appreciate them.
Wish you could have had some of them here. That would be cool.
Next time.
Yeah.
For sure.
So, all right, Danielle. Take care. We'll talk again.
All right. Appreciate you.
You've been listening to the True You Podcast. Connect with us at thetrueyoupodcast.com, where you can also sign up for our newsletter and stay in touch with updates and live events. You can also listen, of course, anywhere you listen to podcasts. Check back next week for another episode that feeds your mind, inspires growth, and encourages transformation.